So there's been a release of another new large language model, and this time it's from Anthropic and it's called Claude 3. And it's going up against GPT-4 and Gemini's 1.0 Ultra, and I guess a whole plethora of other language models that I just don't know the name of. So anyway, Anthropic has released 3 versions of Claude 3, Claude 3 OPUS, Claude 3 Sonnet, and Claude 3 Haiku. Now at the moment Haiku's not available, but Claude 3 OPUS and Sonnet are. Claude 3 Sonnet is the free version, Claude 3 OPUS is the top tier model and costs $20 per month. And you can use it as of now. Just go onto Anthropic's website and pay. If you want to use Claude 3 Sonnet, just put in your email address or sign up using Google account and you'll be able to use it straight away. So here you can see Claude 3 OPUS is at the top of the list in terms of intelligence in comparison to the other Claude models. Claude 3 Sonnet sits right in the middle and Claude 3 Haiku comes last overall as the performing large language model out of all of them. Claude 3 Haiku, however, is actually designed for business as opposed to the other models, as it's faster than the other LMMs. So for example, if you went into or onto a company's website that uses Claude 3 Haiku and you were to input a query or statement, the response time would be a lot faster than if the company was using Claude OPUS. The Claude 3 models have undergraduate level expert knowledge, graduate level expert reason, and proficiency in basic math. Overall, we can see that Claude 3 outperforms all the other models. The other models being GPT-4, Gemini 1.0 Ultra, and Gemini 1.0 Pro. Now, there's other large language models and open source models that are available, but in terms of the top players, those were the ones just mentioned, and Claude 3 seems to be dominating them, well, at least according to Anthropic. Now, if we look at the table here in respect of Claude 3 OPUS, in comparison to the other competitor models, we can see that the undergraduate level knowledge, Claude has 86.8% in comparison to 86.4% from GPT-4. Now this is just obviously just a minute difference, but when we look at graduate level reasoning, Claude 3 performs a lot better than the others at 50.4% in comparison to GPT-4's 35.7%. And then we look at grade school maths, we've got 95% to GPT-4's 92%, math problem solving 60.1% to Gemini 1.0 Ultra's 53.2%, multilingual math, Claude has 90.7%, and Gemini Ultra 1.0 has 79%. Now when it comes to code, Claude easily wins at 84.9% in comparison to Gemini's 74.4%. And Claude 3 goes on to beat or tie with his competitors in all the other fields, the only exceptions being its vision capabilities in relation to document visualization and math visualization. So what other benefits does Claude 3 have? It has fewer refusals than its prior models, which in my opinion is a great thing because there's nothing more annoying than putting in a prompt and then for some reason the large language model refuses to answer. There's also improved accuracy. We've got the long context window. I mean, following on from this one of the things I love most is the long context window and near perfect recall. You can have a chain of different commands asking it all types of things and it remembers. Basically what the Claude model does is it reads every input from the user and its response every time you write a new statement, question or input, ensuring that the context is not lost. It's like you're having a conversation with someone with a perfect memory. I mean, the token size is 200,000. It can go up to 1 million for select customers, but since most of us ain't one, I'll stick with the 200k figure for now. Anyway, to put this token size into perspective, GPT-4 and Gemini 1.0 have 32,000 tokens. So the needle in the haystack test was used to test Claude's accuracy and ability to handle large sets of information. This is also a test of whether the large token size actually means anything, to be honest. So in the test, it was basically given lots of information and then a sentence non-related to the other information was hidden within the data. Claude managed to find it and even cleverly suggested it was being tested. So Claude 3 has pretty advanced capabilities. It's capable of enhanced analysis, near human level abilities of comprehension, but it's also great when it comes to content creation. It's amazing at creating fictional narratives. So now when it comes to vision, its capabilities is really good once again. It actually seems to be better than GPT-4 and this would confirm the benchmark test from Anthropic. I've seen tests where Claude 3 has been compared to GPT-4 and Claude 3 has performed slightly better. An example being trying to count the number of people in a room and getting it incorrect. GPT-4 also getting it incorrect, but Claude 3 getting the limb count correct, whereas GPT-4 failed. We have for multi-agents, Claude is good for handling complex problems with its sub-agents. Most large language models are faced with a problem, or when faced with a problem, they deploy its agent and hopefully spit out a correct solution. Claude 3 will see a problem, notice that it's really complex, then create sub-agents to handle each portion of that problem, and then they all come together and give you the result, a method that has been proven to be really effective so far. I mean, my experience, now that I've played with Claude 3 Sonnet a little bit, and overall I like the model and have been using it frequently for task and learning. I tried to see if it could convert a scanned document which had handwriting on it, and it failed. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was annoyed, but to be fair, I tried it with GPT-4 and I had a similar issue. It said it was an OCR document, so I guess they just have issues with this. I then asked it to create a letter for me, and in the letter it created, it used the word on when it should have used the word off. I pointed that out and Claude basically said that I was correct. I questioned it about a similar thing in the letter again by saying, I think you should have used the word off instead of on, and it replied saying, I know your reasoning for stating this. It's because I made that mistake earlier, but I can assure you that in this instance, I should be using the word on and not off. But thank you for double checking, because it does help to make my model stronger. I mean, what better response could you ask for? And one thing I've got to say is I really like the basic interface of the Claude 3 models. It's really easy to use and it just seems clean. Now, I do love GPT-4, but I'm not a huge fan of the search history and the other stuff on the side when it comes to using the interface. Claude 3 just seems clean and solely designed to answer your specific request and nothing else. My overall experience with Claude Sonnet has been great and I use it regularly. For me, it has not usurped GPT-4, but it has made its way into my language model rotation. It will be interesting to see how it competes with Gemini 1.5 when that's finally sorted. Tell me, what do you think of Claude 3 in the comment section below?